Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the ConsTrue software to create billing forms and send them to your customers or your contractor. So as you progress in your project, by the end of each month, you have to create billing forms. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. So you go to your project, and in the sidebar, there's a section by the name Project Billing. Now, when you want to generate billing forms, we usually do that in pre-approved formats, which contain like several items, usually 9 to 10. And here we have 10 different columns, 8 columns here and 2 more columns, as you could see. So we have 10 different columns here that our bill is made of. Now, for the purpose of generating our bill, we need to add categories. Now, the first time that you sign a contract, you have different categories in your contract, and the total amount or the total price of the contract is the sum amount of all of these categories. So when you want to create a bill, you have to add those categories here in your bill so that you can send this bill to your contractor and so that the software could calculate the total amount of the bill by the end of each month. So let's add the first category. Now we have 2 different types of categories. There's a normal category and there's a change order category. But right now we don't have anything to do with change order, so we're going to create a normal category, which is the same as the categories that you have in your contract. Let's imagine that we're going to start a construction project over a site that has an old building in it. So the first category would be to demolish the current building. So the description of the work would be demolition of the current building. And the scheduled value would be $36,000. And the category number, all of these information should be filled in according to your contract. We're only creating the category right now, so we haven't done anything. So the work completed is 0. And the retainage percent is according to the first retainage percent that you put in your project when you first created it. And it's according to your contract. So it's 10% and add. So as you could see, we just added a category to our bill. Let's add a new category. The description of the work would be concrete foundation and pavement works. The scheduled value for $32,000. 0, 0, 0, and 10%. We add another category, installing steel structure for $56,000. And again, all of the amounts are 0 and a retainage 10%. So we have our categories here, and all of the columns are filled in. So by the end of the month, as the project progresses and goes forward, we do some things and we want to make those changes in these categories. So, for example, for the first category, we come here and update our category, which is demolition of the current building. Now, let's say we've completed the work. So we put $36,000 work completed this period, and 0 and 10%, update. So you could see that the software calculates all of these columns and fills them in. Retainage by 10%, the percentage of the work completed, and the balance to finish, 0. And for the other category, let's say have 20,000 work completed in this period, 5,000 material stored, 0 and 10%. So again, the amounts are filled in the columns. So now we want to generate a billing form. So here we click on Generate Billing Form. And we're going to send this bill to general contractors. So the first one is Contractors, Application and Certification for Payment. So we click on that. And this form appears. So in the first part, you want to fill in the information of your general contractor your company, New York City, New York Avenue. And in this part, you want to fill in the information about yourself. And here you want to put in the address of the project. Let's just say, and the owner could be the same as a general contractor or could be a different person. It depends on your contract. Let's just fill in it with the same as the general contractor. And the application number is 1. It's the first application that we're sending out. If you have project numbers, you just fill them in according to your contract. The period of the bill, it could be the first of the month to the first of the next month. So, and the architect, let's call him John Williams. And if the contract is for any specific person, you can just fill it in here. And who are you distributing this bill to? The owner, the construction manager, the architect, the contractor, the field, and the others. Or you could just send them to the architect, the construction manager, and the owner. Now the rest of the form is filled in automatically by the software, so you don't really need to do that. The original contract sum, approved changes by change orders. We didn't have any change orders, so it's 0. Adjusted contract amount to date, value of total work completed and stored material to date, retainage amount, which is 10% as you put in initially into your project, the total retainage. And here we have the current payment amount of this request, which is the amount of this bill that the person has to pay you. And all of these are filled automatically by the software. But here in the contractor part, you have to fill in your name to sign the bill. Title project manager, and you set in the date. And you leave in this part the amount certified empty because it has to be filled by the person whom you're sending this bill to. It could be your architect, your contractor, or your customer. And create PDF. So as you could see, the report was successfully created and it was downloaded here, so you could open it and you could view the bill. All of the information that you just saw earlier are included in this bill. Your information, your contractor's information, side of the project, original contract sum, the additions, the deductions, and this part which will be filled by the person who the bill is intended for. Now the bills that you create are saved in your project and you can always return to them whenever you need them. So if you want to access your bills, you could just come in this section, Files. There's a folder, Billing, and the bills are here. So you could just download the bill every time that you need it, and you could see all the information here. So let's get back to the part about project billing. We have a button here that says Approved. Let me tell you how this works. When you generate a bill and then you send it to your customer or your contractor and then they approve the bill, what you could do is that you can come back here and then you click on Approved, and what happens is that all of this amount that were in this period automatically go to the previous period, so you know that they have already been paid. And this is how you use the Approved button. So, and generally this is how you generate billing forms using the ConsTrue software.
ConsTrue construction management software.